From April 14 to 16, 2023, just about 24 trustees drawn from across the AJCU network gathered in Chicago for one of our trustee forums. It was, as it always is, an incredibly rich weekend. But don't take my word for it. Listen to some of the trustees.
The best part of this forum for me has been really thinking in deeper ways about what my role is as a trustee of a Jesuit college, and to get a strong foundation of history of the Jesuits in education, and to really learn more about the priorities of the Jesuits for sponsorship of higher education. And then the other great part about it is being connected to other trustees of other Jesuit colleges. We've really gotten to see what things we have in common and understand different challenges and how they come to approach them. It's been a very enriching experience.
So first, I would absolutely recommend it to fellow trustees, across the country. There's really, I don't think there's been one thing. I think there's been multiple advantages to doing this. One, meeting my peers from different universities. Two, second, spending some time with my peers at John Carroll has been a positive thing. And then thirdly, really digging deep into the Jesuit Catholic philosophies and how that applies to the work we have to go back and do at each of our schools. And so having the freedom and the time to have those discussions has been really, I think, important, and has changed my thinking on a few things.
So far, the forum has absolutely exceeded my expectations. I am a new trustee, and so I came into this unsure what I was going to get from it, or even how I was going to, add to the forum. But after going through it, I would not only recommend this to trustees, but I would recommend that as soon as possible, as soon as they join the board. The reason being is that what makes Jesuit universities different is we're Jesuit, and that mission is so central and leads everything. And so to be here and to be so immersed in the Jesuit mission and to see how that impacts every aspect of university life is absolutely going to change how I act in my role as a trustee.
I think the key idea that I will take back with me is that we need to see mission in everything that we do. It's not something that is separate and apart and taken care of by the Mission and Identity Committee. It's something that we need to incorporate in academic affairs, student affairs, finances. So it's something that is going to continue to be required of trustees to put it at the forefront of our minds as we're making decisions on behalf of our respective universities.
Yeah, I would absolutely recommend the forum to my fellow trustees, especially being a new board member, understanding the Ignatian principles, discernment, where we should be taking this mission as ambassadors of the university, and also where we can contribute most effectively. So I absolutely think it's important to be here. I think it's also very nice to see our fellow trustees from other universities, listening to them, understanding some of the challenges that they're having that are relatable and some that are not, and sharing ideas and best practices across our campuses.
I'd highly recommend this to future trustees. I wish I had done this earlier in my board tenure at Holy Cross, but I think this is a must for many new trustees coming on boards to have the opportunity to hear the key issues, to interact with other trustees at other institutions that face, quite frankly, some of the same issues that we have, and to grapple with those issues together, to talk about them, and to bring back to their fellow trustees insights that they would gather from this forum.
Well, I think the forum for me as a new chair of the board was incredibly valuable. I learned a lot. I met a lot of very senior Jesuits that I think is important for our relationship with the Jesuit community. I think that every trustee we have would have very much benefited from what transpired here and would have learned a lot just like I did. But I think one of the most important things is that I met a lot of people who are living the same situation that I am. They're trustees. They have the same problems that our university is dealing with. And you learn from them, and you share good practices, maybe some things that weren't so successful, how you could do better. And now you have some relationships that you carry with you as you go back to your respective universities to resume the duties of the trustees and related responsibilities. So I think it was a wonderful conference. It was good for me. I think it would be good for all of our trustees. And frankly, I think it really helps us be better trustees.
I'll look forward to shaking your hand at a future trustee forum.